The disappearance of a woman haunts loved ones after 34 years. It appeared to be the ideal day for a bike ride in Belen, New Mexico. On the morning of September 20, 1988, Tara Calico took a ride on her mother's pink bicycle that she had borrowed. About 9:30 a.m. when she departed from her house. That morning, 19-year-old Tara Calico rode her typical bicycle around Valencia County. Just a few kilometers from her house was where we last saw her. Witnesses observed her riding her bicycle down New Mexico Highway 47, according to the complaint. They also claimed to have seen an older truck pursuing her closely. When the teenager did not come home for lunch that afternoon, her mother filed a missing persons report. Additionally, Fox News verified that Calico was enrolled in college and holding a full-time job at a nearby bank at the time of her disappearance. Preparing to ride her mother's pink 10-speed Huffy bicycle from Highway 47 to Highway 60 and back, she instructed her mother Patty Doel to come look for her if she didn't return home by noon. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Patty Doel reported her missing to the law enforcement. FBI, friends, and relatives searched in and around the mesa off Highway 47, where witnesses claimed to have last seen her around the time of her abduction. She was a lively, outgoing person who worked as a bank teller while pursuing her studies to become a psychiatrist or psychologist. That afternoon, she was going to play tennis, and she requested her mother to drive her out in case she didn't get home by noon due to a flat tire. She didn't come back. Shortly after her abduction, the investigation led them to Florida, but all of the leads led to dead ends until a year later, where national news were created by an infamous Polaroid depicting a youngster and young woman chained in the back of a van. Tara's relatives believed it to be her. Patty Doel, her mother, never gave up looking for her daughter. When a picture of a missing youngster and a young lady her age was discovered, both of them were gagged. The Florida Junior Food Store parking lot is where the Polaroid picture was discovered. When Michael Henley, then 9 years old, went missing in April 1988 while hunting turkeys with his father, it happened in the same vicinity as Calico. They looked to be in the rear of a vehicle, and next to the girl was a book that Calico loved, written by V.C. Andrews. Although Tara's mother first didn't believe the girl was her, the picture showed a scar that looked just like Calico's. Nevertheless, a lot of specialists disregard the photo because there isn't enough proof. The discovery of Michael Henley's body in the Zuni Mountains in 1990, when he was hunting, seriously undermines the hypothesis that the two were kidnapped and transported to Florida. In the end, Calico's parents would pass away without ever learning who had abducted their daughter. New clues in the Tara Calico case were investigated 4 months ago. Detectives in Valencia County have been perplexed by the absence of a teenager for 35 years. Investigators released a major statement just 3 months ago. A decade's worth of police interviews, leads for investigations, and more than a dozen people of interest are all contained in well-organized binders containing the total evidence which the public can now access for the most part. According to LT. Rowland, there was only a 20-minute apart window on the day she vanished between when witnesses claimed to have seen her on the road and when her mother started looking for her. Is there a suspect in the unsolved Tara Calico case? Earlier this year, it was claimed that the investigators thought they may have a lead in the long-running investigation. Although the suspects have not yet been named, there is enough evidence to send the case to the DA's office for potential prosecution. Even with few leads, detectives pursued the hypotheses and information they were given, even enlisting the assistance of federal agents. Furthermore, according to People magazine, the FBI verified that the girl in the Polaroid picture was not Calico. The validity of the image and what it represented was also called into question by the inquiry. There was some looseness in the young woman's hands. For the same reason, detectives noticed that the girl's shoulders did not appear to be as strained. There was no redness around the tape on the children's mouths, which would indicate that the tape was not on their mouth for an extended period of time. Lead investigator LT. Joseph Rowland clarified. According to the site, the Valencia County Sheriff's Office said that Tara Calico's case had seen substantial progress. Authorities think they have located the criminals connected to Tara Calico's abduction. The intention is to file charges and apprehend the perpetrators. A team of prosecutors has been assigned by the district attorney's office to review the investigation. Rowland continued. Around 9:30 a.m., Calico left her Belen, New Mexico, home. She was dressed in a white t-shirt, green striped white shorts, and gold hoops earrings. Her mountain bike was a vibrant pink Huffy. When Calico was last seen, a witness reported her traveling slowly down Highway 47 in Valencia County, closely followed by a pickup truck. The age and circumstances of this case present clear obstacles. They were briefing legal specialists on 34 years of investigative work, he continued. The family and the community, who have never stopped thinking about Tara, will hold the guilty parties accountable very soon, Sheriff Denise Vigil added. Law enforcement has investigated innumerable leads and tips over the years and given prizes. Police were notified by eyewitnesses that Calico was riding her bike. However, a 1950s Ford truck with light colors, a camper shell, and New Mexico license plates was closely pursuing her. Upon passing her, I turned to look at the alleged escort car, and that's when I noticed something wasn't quite right. I immediately felt uneasy and said, "Wait a minute. This doesn't look good," as one of the original witnesses testified in a videotaped interview with the police. Several witnesses assisted the investigators in creating a sketch. In 1988, the driver was estimated to be in his late 30s or early 40s. It spoke of a man with red or brown hair who was white or light-skinned. However, the car has never been located to this day. The driver, according to investigators, has never come forward. Law enforcement feels that there is sufficient evidence to send the inquiry to the office of the district attorney for consideration of possible charges. Information is restricted in order to preserve the investigation's integrity. Vigil says they will reveal when the time is right. The court has concealed the identities of those with an interest.